From here, the part about the transmit cram, I won't talk much about it now. I'll only discuss the line differential with them, but I just want to show you the idea so you can follow along with me. That is group 1 and group 2, which he is talking about. Now, here I have a block called LDCMTRN, which is the line data communication transmission module. The line data communication transmission module. As you know, we operate the line differential, so I need to send the line differential from the local to the line differential. Make sure that the line differential from the cell, Siemens or ABB, sends the line differential from the local to the local, but here you don't need to do the configuration. First ABB, sorry, or Siemens. The protection, they all send continuously, but not here. Here, you are the one who needs to do the configuration. This block has input but no output. Who receives the income? The 5 here are red, yellow, blue, neutral group 1, and group 2. He asks you. It names the first 4 as red, yellow, blue, neutral group 1, and the other 4 as group 2. For I have a gender for you and you will be treated badly. For I have a gender against you and you will be treated badly. Are you on channel 1? Do you want us to send you group 1 or group 2? Or both groups, or the difference between the two, meaning group 1 minus group 2, or group 2 minus group 1. Okay, it says 3-3, the same thing, excellent. So what's the idea here now? First, let's take the scenario. If I'm working with a double bus single breaker, then I have one set from the city. I will use here, I will send group 1 depending on whether I am connected there to group 1. If I am connected to group 2, I will place group 2 here, but usually we place it on group 1. So you have placed your CTs and connected them red and blue to group 1. Then you come and tell me here, group 1 comes in 13. You have a choice between the two. You choose for me also group 1. You choose for me the redundant channel. There is a difference between them, a big difference. If you choose group 1 here, then the relay is like this. Do not think that you chose one that does not exist. All it understands is that any option from these that you will use other than the redundant channel means that you are relying on both fibers, each one transmitting something different from the other as analog, meaning as something analog, which is the CTs. So in this case, if one of the two fibers fails, it will block the differential. Why? Because you sent it on 312. So it understands that there are two CTs that are supposed to be sold to someone else. If there is one that is faulty, naturally the differential cannot rely on just one, so it will block the differential. Therefore, if you operate double pass single breaker, that's why if you are operating double passing the breaker, choose the redundant channel. Set 312, 312 becomes active, so it activates and sends 312, 312, 312, 312, 312, 312, 312. So you enter to complete the service and send the offering that you had sent to whom? To the 312, meaning you will go to another relay and remove the fuse. For example, 312. You find 312 for the other question, the offering for the other question, the offering. You find 312 because it was sent through 313. So 313 also carries on whom? On 312, meaning you take the current and also put it on 312. Nice. If you are working with 1.5, then you have two CTs, right? You can send the first CT to group 1 and the second CT to group 2. So that you will place group 2 on L1, L2, L3. This is the first method. The second method is that you will place both group 1 and group 2 here, connecting them here as well. But this time, you start by choosing group 1, and in 3 on 13, you will choose group 2 in 3 on 12 for summation, and group 2 will choose the redundant channel. In block 2, I skip the randomness in the 12. In fact, we can use a decision engine. So you followed group 2 and took the redundant addition here, but ABB gave you a recommendation not to do this move. It was a recommendation from them. The third method is what you do is come to 312, and 313, and tell me 312 group 1, and 313 tell me 312 group 1, and 313 tell me redundant channel. I will tell you, where is group 2? I will say yes. So this time I will not reach group 2 here, nor will I do what? I will take group 1 and group 2, or rather city 1 and city 2 of the bus breaker and type breaker that I have in my life, or I will combine them with hard wiring outside together. So in short, if I have double busing break in city 1, I choose here group 1 in 313. If I choose group 1, it means that if any channel among them fails, it will block the differential. But if I choose it as a redundant channel, in this case, if channel 312 fails, 313 will carry the current and transfer it. At that time, I will have only one set of CT. If I have a 1.5 scheme, I will now have 2 CTs, and I will connect the 2 CTs to the block of the LDCM-TRN. I will access group 1, then to group 2, then to group 3113, then to group 3113, then to group 313, then to group 3113, then to group 3113, then to group 3113, then to group 3013, then to group 3013, then to group 3013, then to group 3013, then to group 313, then to group 313, then to group 313, then to group 313, and select my 133 redundant check. All right, excellent. Then we come here to the LEDs. We won't find them. I'll go in and write. I'll tell it group. All right, number 1, choose here, setting group. What is 1 here? Here, of course, you told it 6. Yes, so here you will have 6. 6, of course, you have to send. Yes, you have to? Okay. You have to send. You will find here, look, it gives you what? 6 settings. What? 6 setting groups. So I don't want anything other than setting group 1 to be with me, or it is setting group number 1. All right. We choose the station number, or 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 the station number. Here, who is your angle? Ah, so what would its reference angle be? The angle of 7, which belongs to whom? Belongs to the voltage based on which, for example, it will calculate power. It will calculate what? Sometimes in distance protection, it takes the voltage and the reference and looks at the angle. Directional errors fault has nothing to do with differential. The differential relies on the currents, so the differential considers its local current with angle 0 and takes its remote end and sees what, and when its remote end comes, it looks at the phase shift between the local and remote current, even in the absence of voltage. Now the topic here is finished, the HMI. Here, so it shows you the tool and the type of tool, and there is flow S and flow F, and the type you have, and so on. This is very easy. Can you get it? Can you just tell me here, if the follow S is similar? To look for it here. Follow. Here black means no indication, white means steady, and this means flash. So follow as means if the signal comes, it appears as a steady signal. Once it's gone, and so on. But when the signal comes, it stays with you. If the signal lasts, it stays with you. If the signal goes, it's gone. Follow F will be the same, but the idea will be flashing latch to acknowledge F's simple. Subscribe to the channel. The signal came in the form of a flashing signal. The signal remains flashing until you reset it. However, if the signal came in the form of flashing and you reset it, even though the signal you are working on is present, it changes from flash to steady. As soon as the signal goes away, what will happen is that you will reset the instance immediately because you were providing technology. Do not acknowledge SF, it is exactly the same, but here it remains steady, here flashing. Do not collect SD, this is what we want. This is our natural latch that we use. When the signal comes, it latches, and when it goes, it remains steady in the form of a latch until you reset it. Here, the signal came, it latched, the signal went away, even though you acknowledged in the mouse and the signal is still present. After that, the latch goes away, but it remains latched until after the signal goes away and you give an acknowledgement. You cannot give an acknowledgement while the signal is present and reset it. No, even if the signal goes away, it does not reset immediately. You must give another acknowledgement. This is the type we always use. Then the screen will display your settings, which will complete after a certain time, and so on. In the end, you have the monitoring, which is the disturbance recorder. What is the disturbance recorder? We will provide an example of it. Where is the example at the end? So this is a quick introduction to the configuration. As for the application configuration, the topic is simple. I can just come here on any empty page. Of course, the configuration will be visible to us as we are also working on in the functions themselves. The first thing I have is the title. My title page is National Grid. I don't know what the station number is, 132 overhead, its full number, what this work is. Then I go into the overview. If I have combiner input, combiner output, the cards and their names, mini protection functions, their work, you can put anything you want in them. Then we divide it into a set of pages. The analog input card, the card, and the voltage. Then we divide the analog input card, the card, and the voltage. Then we divide the analog input card, the card, and the voltage. Then we divide the analog input card. Then we divide the analog input card. Then we divide the analog input card.